Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Charlotte Hornets at Time Warner Cable Arena. For Charlotte, they come in off the loss to the Hawks. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. The Hornets don't have a lot of three-point threats, and subsequently last season didn't really punish teams from deep. Kenny, you think this team can go deep in the playoffs without having a strong game from the outside?
I don't know, Ernie, because it's very hard to succeed in the NBA without any sharpshooters. Think about this, Ernie. The final 5 teams in the playoffs last year were the 5 teams that took the most threes.
Exactly.
Charlotte was dead last in the league last year in three-point percentage, 31.8%, and they showed up in the standings. Reminded of myself on the free throw line. They stink.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
You were good in the clutch.
Bad.
You were good in the clutch, though.
It was bad.
They were not good in the clutch. You were.
That's my point.
It was very nice of you to have his back.
I'm just keeping it right, not real.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan, who always does both of those things.
A Sunday afternoon with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. They defeated Charlotte in their last game, and there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely
really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Charlotte.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Now, here's Scott. A 14-point game for him in the win against Charlotte. Splitter sets a screen. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Charlotte calls timeout. But one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
Now here's Walker. He's got 8. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lynn. Off target from three-point range. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game.
And Dennis Schroeder has drawn some comparisons to Rajon Rondo. Long arms, very quick and athletic. He's awfully tough to keep in front of you, but he's also a guy that can knock down a mid-range jump shot.
Now, here's Scott. Splitter sets a screen. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Now, here's Walker. He's tightly guarded. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Left side, Hardaway. Schroeder passes to Hardaway. Splitter sets a screen. Scott kicks to Splitter, and they take the lead. Splitter's got 6 points. Well, this Dennis Schroeder, in a lot of ways, like a Greg Anthony, very quick, very smart on the floor, but he's a young player, and he says, Clark, that he watched a lot of tape of Tony Parker to see how he got to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a great blueprint, especially when you consider the Hawks run a very similar system to the Spurs.
Scott, good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And it's Walker penetrating. Outside Williams. Unloads. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
They're losing their concentration here, guys. Some sloppy play going on right now.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in a row, and that's always a recipe for disaster.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 5 seconds left here in the opening quarter. There's Walker with the 3. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. 11 points now in the game for Walker. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hawks ahead, they lead by a bucket. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. That's good from Kemba Walker. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Charlotte. That one is no good. The Hawks leading. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Hardaway. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. From deep, Walker. Mack grabs the miss.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
There's 1:47 left to play here in the half. Here's the screen. Hardaway kicks to Scott. Williams with the block. Here is Lynn. His last outing, he had 8 points. Outside, Walker. And stolen by Splitter. Fast break, the Hawks. Mack, good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And here are the Hornets now. After the basket by Atlanta, Kidd-Gilchrist. Hansbrough, the pass to Williams. Drains it from 17 feet out. Williams has got 5. The Hawks leading by 4. Mack dishes to Splitter. Here's Mack, defended by Lynn. The shot is off.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
There's no doubt about that, fellas. I mean, the more finishes like that he gets, the more his confidence will grow.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Hawks lead by 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and give them the key to take a point.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they forced their way to some easy buckets, aggressively going to the rack, imposing their will. I mean, taking it inside establishes an attitude and toughness that you can't get any other way.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, their defense was really inconsistent. They get a stop, then turn around and give up an easy bucket. That's why they allowed over 50% shooting. Their defense needs to be a lot more focused in the second half.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
And he knocks down the first one.
And what a year last year for the Hawks. And what a job they did in their division. So many people thought Washington or Miami would run away with the Southeast, but the Hawks took that division by storm.
And Splitter drops them both. For the Hawks, it was the first time they have won their division in 21 years. Hard to believe, Clark, given how often they're in the playoffs.
And, the last time they won their division, it was when they were in the Central back in '94. Just another great moment for what was an incredible season for the Hawks last year.
Hornets trail by 10. And here's Walker. He's got 14. Feeds to Kid Gilchrist. Shot clock at 6. The 19-foot shot. Mack grabs the miss. Mack's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Pass to Millsap. Splitter sets a screen. And Mack kicks it over to Schroeder. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Schroeder's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Walker goes in, and he gets it to go. Walker's got 19 points.
The defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. He doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And it's Schroeder missing. Hornets trail by 8. Walker with it. 19 points in the game. 1:57 left to play in the third. Williams from outside. Rebound Atlanta. Millsap's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Here's Scott. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in. Scott's got 11 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now here's Hansbrough. Atlanta with the rebound. Millsap's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active to the left side wing. Again, the Hawks score. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Now here's Walker. Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Walker. Nice move. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
There's 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. Knocks down the three ball. Walker's got 22.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Outside, Scott. Back to Millsap. Splitter sets a screen. Now here's Schroeder. Not a lot of room. It's tipped. It's stolen by Hansbrough. Now in transition is Lynn. Here we go. Oh!
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Out to the wing, Mack. The three-pointer off the mark. No good there. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Atlanta. They're up by 10. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yeah.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there. What a performance from Millsap here. He's got 13 rebounds, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling. And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Here's Jefferson. Rebounded by Cephalosha. And they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Batum with the 3. Rebounded by Korver. The clock now can just run out for the Hawks.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge. No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
Here's Mack. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. For 3, Williams. Offensive rebound. Here's Hairston. Banked in off the glass.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And so the Hawks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm here with Paul Millsap, and Paul, you really delivered tonight to help the team. What goes into a game like tonight where you put up such a tremendous stat line?
Man, forget the line, man. I'm just glad we came out here, we played our hearts out. It's a good team we played tonight, but we stuck with it and we fought it out and won the game.
Great job by you, Paul. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap. He's racked up a double-double with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. A terrific effort on both sides of the floor. Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
You gotta love Paul Millsap showing us all of what he's capable of. He's tough to guard. He's got a tremendous combination of an inside and an outside game. He can really do it all. He'll get you points at the rim, and he can knock down the mid-range jump shot, whatever it takes.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.